Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on our YouTube account, starting to accumulate a little bit of diamonds. I want to run through, do my dailies. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to get through here, but going through our fast rewards real quick, just doing this my 5 times every single day. Again, the accumulation of materials and loot that we're getting out of there is kind of crazy. We're getting ready, of course, for the patch that is going to be coming up. New code was up a little bit ago, so we did get some resources out of there as well as some more of our guild coins. Now, overall, when it comes to the guild coins, we have been using a lot of those to get Eugene. We are right now at Eugene +1 copy. So right there is our Mythic plus. +1 copy, meaning 2 more, we can get them up to Ascended. We're gonna have the ability to actually add furniture on there, which is kind of crazy because it's been a long time since we've been able to actually do that. Now in here, of course, we wanna look at doing some resets in here. So I'm gonna save this because we do have the 100% bonus right now. Now this one, of course, you cannot reset, so we're gonna go ahead and pick this up, giving us some of our elite chests out of here, making it very, very beneficial. And again, this one, I wanna see about resetting some of this, use a little bit of diamonds in here. Really the return is there, because if we're doing that and we're doing the reset, chances are we can also get some diamonds out of there. Now, out of the treasure scramble, we're getting close to the end. I was close to the 50 last time. We're at 64 right now. So again, making a lot more progression. We have 5 more hours in the treasure scramble. Not a lot of time to really go through there and clean up the rest of that or actually get to the point where we're going to be able to get in that top 50, but we're close, guys. Now, we also know the selection for Treasure Vanguard is going on right now, meaning we're going to have the ability to actually go into that Treasure Vanguard next time. Now, in the towers, we are still making a lot of progression. You can see we just hit 1155 in the Brutal Citadel, but the Forsaken Necropolis, we are doing well. And again, every single day, guys, I am pushing these towers religiously, going through here and making progression, giving us the ability to get a ton of resources and materials out of there. Now in the store, I do buy out, as of right now, the arcane staffs. Really the only way to get them if you're not buying anything else. It is really the way. Now looking at baits, looking at cores, looking at staffs, I would really choose buying out one of these on a regular basis. I know diamond consumption can be an issue because, of course, if you're using your diamonds for your store resets, it means you're not using your diamonds elsewhere. Now, Dream Store, of course, we got our cards and we did get that copy of Frampton. That's usually what I built, what I buy out. I also got the red chests out of here. Guild Store, like we were talking a little bit earlier, we have Eugene in there. And then, of course, we have our cards that we're pulling up. Barracks, still looking at all of those stones and still looking. We have 23 days left to pick up our Twisted Essence in there. Labyrinth Store, I am doing red chest. So we've been kind of going back between, now that we know that the new hero is not a dimensional hero, but going through and building and buying out all of these red chests. We are still building the awakened version of Lucius, and we're also still building Leica up to that +40 with those signature items. Challenger Store, we just have Mortis left. Once I get Mortis built, then it is going to be all in for red chests as well, which means my income that I'm getting from red chests on a regular basis is going to go up quite a bit just because of all the ones we're getting out of there. Now, over the last couple of days, we've gotten 15,000 Poe coins. That's right. Poe coins, we're getting the accumulation of a ton of those over time. Still going through this hellscape, waiting for the Mystic Star Zone to be on repeat so we can pull some more chests and honestly some more loot out of there. When it comes to time emblems, when it comes to those Stargazer scrolls, definitely made a big, big difference. Nightmare Corridor, we're at 162, so we're really close. Cursed Realm at 5%, so we're doing pretty good. I still have to go in there and do my multiple attempts. But of course, in here, we're just getting pinged every day for absolutely nothing because there's nothing to do in that star zone. And then we look at what we purchase on kind of a daily basis. My monthly card, my deluxe monthly card, still have 30 days on both of those. And then the rest of this, of course, is just free loot that we get in here. Anytime you can get some more resources out of here. Always take the resource that is going to be the most difficult to acquire. So even looking at the chest that we just picked up right there, looking at what's most difficult to get, it's probably going to be the Twisted Essence in that point. And then, of course, the accumulation of this, boom, still have the events going on. Now, campaign progression rated here is 50A-30. So we're going to pick up 200 of our elemental cores right there. But 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. That's right. We have been pushing the campaign like mad, trying to get some more progression in there, trying to really move the needle, getting into the next chapter, which is what we're going to be looking at today. Then, of course, we'll pop open all these chests we get in here. And this is every day. I mean, look at these first 3 rows, guys. These are chests that we kind of get on a regular basis. through different parts of AFK Arena, through events, through different things, even looking here at our diamond chest, and we're looking to get all of our red chests out of here with everything that we get. It is really the focus. Then we're looking at cores. We're looking at the ability to build out. Now, like I was saying earlier, primordial amplifying emblems, very easy. These, we get our essence on a regular. Scrolls, okay, we get summons. Twisted Essence, we don't see as much as anything else, so I would definitely pick up some Twisted Essence in there. Then, of course, we also do have the Misty Valley, which is on repeat. Very cool as we're making progression within here. And then, of course, Lingering Aroma, we are buying our red chest like we've been focused on for kind of, it seems like an incredible, crazy amount of time. Heroes of Espria, we're still pushing in there. Temporal Rift is going to be reset tomorrow, which is going to be good, allowing us to make some more progression. So let's hop in here in the campaign 58-52. Now I've been following a couple different players in here. So Cats Go Meow, we've been going, and if you remember any of my earlier videos, we have kind of done the same. I'm gonna go ahead, let this thing run through the auto battle, see exactly what we can do, and kind of explain the formation. So now that we're getting a little bit further into endgame, some of these formations are pretty broken together. Now, of course, in this case, we have the awakened version of Shmira, we have Rem, we have Demia. Now, the combination of those three, Demia keeps everyone alive. So that's really the big thing. That is why she is one of the very top tier support heroes. Demia is going to keep a lot of people alive. Rem doing damage in there. Mulan, of course, for crowd control. And then the awakened version of Shmira. If somebody dies, we're still going to see it. Now, this formation is crowd control. So you can see we have Aethys in here for crowd control. We have Mahira for crowd control. And ultimately Rowan for crowd control as well. So when you start getting into the very, very high level deficiencies, as we're seeing right here, look at how fast we are chaining resources through here, which is kind of crazy. Combination of Lava Tune. We just spammed literally crowd control. Again, deficiency wise, we're at what? 854. We're about 400 level deficiency, but crowd control wins, period. Even if you don't have a lot of heroes that are doing a ton of damage, you can slowly churn this and slowly kind of work down all of these team comps. Even in here, Khazard with Leonardo, which is a very old team comp that we've seen for an incredible amount of time, but it is the crowd control lockdown ability. Now, of course, like I was saying, Aethys brings that as well. In this one, we have Olna and we have the awakened version of Belinda. We have a buffer in the back with Ivan, a buffer with Nevi, a buffer with Palmer. And then, of course, this is about getting the awakened version of Belinda to ult over and over and over again. As you can see right there, literally just melting everything we have in the campaign. And then the final one, of course, is the Thorn Cheese. This is the retaliation ability that a lot of people hate. Now, there's also been a lot of questions when it comes to the ability or building Thorin out to a plus 40 signature item. Honestly, for the increase in retaliation, there is no need to build it, guys. I do not recommend it by any means, building out Thorin any higher than we already do have him built. And again, the big reason behind that is when it comes to building out Thorin, the retaliation ability works without having him up to that plus 40. It might take a couple more times. Maybe a plus 40 is going to give you a little bit more maybe of a buffer in there that you're going to have the ability to, you know, maybe not cheese as much, but it could also be a lot of counterintuitive where if you're going in there and you're using him or utilizing him in the ability with the signature item, you could also see cases where it's going to be a lot more difficult to get the Thorin cheese to work because you have overbuilt Thorin. Now, we've seen this, of course, when I put the engraving on there, but when you start getting into the higher level deficiencies like we're seeing here, Thorin works, and Thorin works in the methodology that he's supposed to, that retaliation ability, because you'll also notice when he's over here on the side, there's nobody else. So even here, he didn't get teleported, so this isn't going to work at all, because fundamentally, Pippa died before the teleportation happened with Thorin, meaning that we're going to have to try this again. Boom, there we go, dropped him in position. Here comes retaliation. But you'll also notice that we're not controlling or crowd controlling anyone on the enemy side. We are allowing Thorin to take all the damage possible during that retaliation. Now, also something to remember with Thorin is the enemies have the ability to dodge. That's another big thing that we do see a lot of times is that retaliation or the ability for the enemies to dodge. If it's dodged, boom, it's automatically going to be a retry because of the dodge factor. If we're dodged within there, it's not going to work, and it does not work at all. Now, you'll also notice that in this, that he's getting different levels of energy. Now, I like to explain the Thorn Cheese, kind of how it works. This is because you'll notice if you're kind of following the battle a little bit, if Kaz comes down here, he's getting a lot more energy. So we get the retaliation twice because Kaz came down here. If Kaz kind of stutter steps, if Kaz takes a moment to kill Pippa up top, Thorin doesn't have enough energy to actually do both retaliations. So literally, Kaz tapped Pippa right up here. Pippa died the moment that they came up. And then, of course, the retaliation has to work. Usually, when it works properly, we'll see Matria pop up. The second Matria pops up, the battle has already been kind of depleted or completed at that point. Boom, not going to have enough energy, which there we go. We did have enough. Can we take enough damage in there? And right there, I thought we had it done. I thought that one, I seen Mizoth drop. I think Mizoth might have dropped a second before we lost Matria, but we almost had that. And of course, this one didn't accumulate enough energy. So we're going to try this a couple more times, and we should be able to get through here. Again, the Thorin Cheese with the retaliation ability does just take a little bit of time to get this done and getting this point to work. There we go, one retaliation. Not going to have enough for that second one, which means it is going to be another defeat. All right, guys, it took a couple tries in there, but let's go ahead and look at this Thorin Cheese. It didn't go. It didn't go. I didn't click the little foundation. But ultimately, that's exactly what happened. We got the Thorin Cheese up. I don't think we can go through and look at the one that we just did. Might have to make a little bit more progression, and we can check it out for that Thorin Cheese. But this is the team that I've been making progression in. Now, this team ultimately is very, very broken in here. So we do have Belinda in here, of course, as the damage dealer. We have Ivan that is buffing up Belinda. We have Shamira in here, which, of course, the cheat death, crowd control, and then, of course, Liberta. And I love Talisman in here. So many of you know that Talisman provides a level of crowd control, but also with Ivan. Ivan is providing crowd control in here as well with his little squires, because I have him at that plus 30 engraving. It actually provides a big crowd control effort in here, which makes it very easy because literally he can chain crowd control people, even though I know Ivan's effectiveness, very big when it comes to a buffer. But overall, the effectiveness we see from Ivan is pretty broken with that crowd control aspect. Now, of course, this one is a Flora stage. Now, these used to be, honestly, the nightmare. Anytime that we had a Flora stage and you had to deal with Flora being up in the air, most of the time Flora was impossible to kill. I know we could cheese it out a couple times with Estrelda, with Yukio, a couple different ways that you could kind of cheese what we could see from Thorin, or excuse me, what you could see with Flora, and kind of cheesing her before she flies. But even there, guys, so in this formation, Belinda is ulting while the heroes are frozen, meaning that she is getting a lot of energy based on them being frozen and Amelia's ability. And as you can see, they just burn through these stages like it is absolutely nothing. 1.22 trillion damage in there, guys. That is crazy. Now, let me see. I think this is the one that we were in. Let me look where we're at down here. And I want to see that Thorin Cheese. Right here's Thorin Cheese. Let's go ahead and play this, guys. So going through here, let's slow this one down. So again, Thorin gets dropped right there in the middle where we need him to retaliate. Boom, Matria goes down, dies. And there we go. First retaliation is coming up. Kaz moving down. Boom, starts doing damage to Thorin, damage to Thorin. Thorin drops again. Almost full energy because Kaz came down. Boom, there's the retaliation again. And boom, nobody dodged. So Kaz went down. Just have Mizoth in here. Now it's Mizoth versus Matria. Now getting through here again. Dodged, dodged, dodged. And this is where it gets interesting. Dodged, dodged. So if Mizoth actually hit Matria right there, Mizoth hit Matria once, and Matria lost about half of her hit points from that one single hit. It went down that fast, and literally the damage that that the enemy put out, which that's at a legal stage. I think we might be stuck somewhere in here. There we go. But now we're at 58-56. So again, we are very, very close to finishing out 58. I'm hoping to do it in the live stream tomorrow. So definitely check it out tomorrow. But wanted to get through some more boss stages. We went through, what, about 25, probably almost 30 stages today in here in chapter 58. But we want to get into 59 and continue making our progression within there. But all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.